The emergency alarm rang through Medical Station Kepler 442. Dr. Zixathara looked up from her patient files, her 6 crystalline arms moving smoothly as she saved her work. The Velthari doctor had been working at the station for 12 cycles, treating patients from across the galaxy. She had seen many species, but today would be different. "Dr. Zixathara, we have an emergency," came the voice through the communication system. "Unknown species approaching. Their ship is badly damaged." Zixathara moved quickly through the station's white corridors. Her crystal carapace caught the light as she walked. Other medical staff were already preparing the emergency bay. She could see Kelthani nurses with their long, flexible necks reaching high to prepare equipment. A drone engineer was checking the life support systems with his thick gray hands. "What do we know about them?" Zixathara asked the station commander, a tall Zarian with blue skin. "They call themselves humans," the commander said. "This is first contact. Their ship lost power after hitting space debris. 3 crew members are hurt badly." Zixathara felt excited and worried at the same time. First contact with a new species was always important, but treating an unknown species was dangerous. She did not know how their bodies worked or what medicines might help or hurt them. The human ship arrived 30 minutes later. It was smaller than most galactic vessels, made of simple metal and ceramic. Zixathara watched through the docking bay window as the ship connected to the station. Smoke came from several holes in its hull. When the airlock opened, Zixathara got her first look at humans. They were bipedal like many species, but they looked soft. No scales, no carapace, no thick hide. Just thin skin covering their bodies. How did they survive with such weak protection? The first human out was a female with dark hair. She was conscious but bleeding from cuts on her arms and face. She supported a male with darker skin whose left arm hung at a wrong angle. Behind them, 2 other humans carried an unconscious male on a stretcher. "I'm Captain Sarah Chen," the female said. Her voice was steady despite her injuries. "This is Engineer Rodriguez and Dr. James Park. We need medical help." Zixathara was surprised. The captain was hurt but still walking and talking clearly. Most species would be unconscious from blood loss by now. "I am Dr. Zixathara. We will help you. Please come to the medical bay." As they moved through the station, Zixathara studied the humans. Their body temperature was much higher than most species. Their hearts beat fast and strong. The conscious ones breathed quickly but steadily. Everything about them seemed to run at high speed. In the medical bay, Zixathara began her examination. She started with the unconscious human, Dr. Park. Her scanning equipment showed strange readings. The human's brain activity was unusual but not damaged as badly as she first thought. His skull was thick and strong. The engineer, Rodriguez, had 2 broken bones in his arm and 3 cracked ribs. But he was alert and even joking with the captain. Most species would be in severe shock from such injuries. Captain Chen had deep cuts on her arms and a gash on her forehead. But the wounds were already showing signs of healing. The bleeding had mostly stopped on its own. This was impossible. Wounds did not heal this fast. "Your medical readings are very unusual," Zixathara told Captain Chen. "Your cellular activity looks like a disease state, but you appear healthy." Captain Chen smiled weakly. "We probably look pretty strange to you. Our biology is different from what you might expect." Zixathara began preparing standard medical treatments. She reached for broad-spectrum antibiotics and healing accelerators that worked safely on most galactic species. As she prepared the injection, Dr. Park suddenly opened his eyes. "No," he said weakly but urgently. "Don't give us those medicines." Zixathara stopped. "These are safe treatments. They will help with infection and healing." Dr. Park tried to sit up but fell back down. "You don't understand. Our immune system, it's different. Those medicines could kill us." "Your immune system is already compromised," Zixathara said, looking at her scans. "I can see the aggressive cellular activity. You have some kind of autoimmune disorder. The whole species appears to be fighting itself at the cellular level." Captain Chen and Engineer Rodriguez looked at each other. "Doctor," Chen said carefully, "that's not a disorder. That's how our immune system is supposed to work." Zixathara felt confused. In her years of medical training and practice, she had learned that healthy immune systems worked through cooperation. They guided harmful organisms away from the body or found ways to live with them peacefully. An immune system that fought and destroyed was a sign of serious disease. "I need to understand your biology before I can treat you safely," Zixathara said. "Can you explain how your immune system works?" Dr. Park was getting stronger quickly. This also surprised Zixathara. Head injuries usually took days or weeks to recover from. Our white blood cells attack and destroy anything they think is dangerous. Bacteria, viruses, cancer cells, infected cells from our own body. They kill first and ask questions later. That sounds terrible, Zixthera said. How do you survive with your own immune system attacking you? It doesn't attack healthy cells, Dr. Park explained. Only damaged or infected ones. And it remembers every enemy it has ever fought. If the same disease tries to attack us again, our immune system destroys it immediately. Zixthera had to sit down. This was completely opposite to everything she knew about biology. You mean your immune system kills living organisms inside your body? Every day, Captain Chen said. Millions of bacteria, viruses, and damaged cells die inside us all the time. Our immune system is like an army that never stops fighting. But how do you have beneficial bacteria? Zixthera asked. All species need symbiotic organisms to help with digestion and other functions. We do have good bacteria, Engineer Rodriguez said. Our immune system learns to recognize them as friends. But if they get into the wrong part of our body, it kills them too. Zixthera felt sick. These humans carried biological warfare inside their own bodies. Their immune systems were like weapons that could destroy any living thing they encountered. No wonder their cellular activity looked like a disease state. They were in constant biological war with themselves and everything around them. I need to contact the medical council, Zixthera said. This is beyond my experience. Wait, Dr. Park said, trying to stand up. Are you saying your immune system doesn't kill anything? Of course not, Zixthera replied. Healthy immune systems work with other organisms. They communicate, negotiate, find peaceful solutions. Killing is a sign of immune system failure. Dr. Park stared at her. But how do you fight diseases? How do you stop cancer? How do you heal from infections? We use medicines and treatments. Our immune systems guide the problems away or help us live with them safely, Zixthera explained. The three humans looked at each other in amazement. Your immune system doesn't kill anything? Captain Chen asked. How are you alive? Now Zixthera felt just as confused as the humans. She had thought their aggressive immune systems were a terrible disease, but they seemed to think her peaceful immune system was strange and weak. She realized this first contact was going to change everything she knew about medicine and biology. These humans were either the most diseased species in the galaxy or the most perfectly adapted fighters she had ever seen. Looking at their rapid healing and strong recovery, she was starting to think it might be the second option. Dr. Zixthera spent the next day running every medical test she could think of. She needed to understand human biology before she could help them safely. The results were more shocking than she had imagined. The humans were healing impossibly fast. Captain Chen's cuts were already forming strong scabs. Engineer Rodriguez's broken bones were beginning to fuse back together. Dr. Park was walking around the medical bay as if he had never been unconscious. This is not normal, Zixthera said to her assistant, a young Kelthani named Vresh. Look at these cellular scans. Vresh stretched his long neck to look at the display screen. His large eyes widened in surprise. Doctor, this looks like the cells are at war. Exactly, Zixthera said. Watch this recording from inside Captain Chen's bloodstream. The microscopic video showed white blood cells moving through blood vessels like soldiers on patrol. When they found bacteria, they attacked immediately. The white cells surrounded the bacteria and dissolved them completely. Some white cells exploded themselves to release chemicals that killed nearby germs. They're destroying everything, Vresh whispered. How is she alive? Keep watching, Zixthera said. The video showed damaged cells from Chen's cut arm. The human's white blood cells found these damaged cells and killed them too. Then other cells came to clean up the dead material. New healthy cells grew to replace the destroyed ones. They kill their own body cells? Vresh asked in shock. Only the damaged ones, Zixthera explained. But yes, their immune system destroys anything it thinks is wrong, including parts of their own body. Dr. Park entered the medical bay carrying a cup of human coffee. He looked completely healthy now. How are those tests going, Doctor? Dr. Park, I need to ask you something, Zixthera said. Do you know that your immune system kills your own body's cells? Of course, Park said, sitting down. If a cell gets infected or starts becoming cancerous, our immune system destroys it before it can spread. It's one of our body's most important jobs. But killing healthy tissue is a sign of autoimmune disease, Vresh said. It should make you very sick, Park smiled. It only kills unhealthy tissue. Our immune system is very good at telling the difference. Most of the time, Zixthera asked. Sometimes it makes mistakes, Park admitted. When that happens, we get autoimmune diseases. But usually our immune system protects us from much worse problems. Zixthera pulled up another scan. Look at this. Your blood contains millions of different antibodies. Each one is designed to kill a specific target. You're carrying biological weapons that could destroy any pathogen in the galaxy. That's the idea, Park said. Every time we fight off a disease, our immune system remembers it. We build a library of weapons against every enemy we've ever met. This is terrifying, Fresh said quietly. Park looked surprised. Why? It keeps us healthy. Zixthera showed him scans from her own blood. This is what a normal immune system looks like. See how the immune cells communicate with bacteria? They send chemical signals that tell the bacteria to move to different parts of the body where they won't cause problems. What if the bacteria don't listen? Park asked. They usually do. Most organisms want to live peacefully together. If there's a real problem, we use medicines to help guide the bacteria away. Park stared at the scans. But what about viruses? What about cancer? We have treatments, Zixthera said. Gentle treatments that work with our body's natural systems. How long do those treatments take? Park asked. For a serious infection, maybe 30 to 40 days with the right medicines. 30 days? Park said in amazement. Our immune system kills most infections in a few hours, maybe a week for something really bad. Zixthera felt a chill run through her crystalline body. You fight off serious infections in hours? Sure, unless it's something we've never seen before. Then it might take our immune system a few days to figure out how to kill it. Dr. Zixthera realized she needed to contact the Galactic Medical Council immediately. These humans were carrying immune systems that could destroy any known pathogen faster than any medicine in the galaxy. But they were also walking biological weapons. She sent a priority message to the Council on the Core Worlds. Within hours, she received a response from Dr. Kelm, the Council's lead researcher. Dr. Zixthera, came Kelm's voice through the communication system. Your report about these humans must be a mistake. No species can survive with the immune system you've described. I have video evidence, Dr. Kelm, Zixthera replied. Their white blood cells actively hunt and kill other organisms. They destroy their own body's damaged cells, and they're perfectly healthy. That's impossible. Such an immune system would kill the host within days. Dr. Park had been listening to the conversation. May I speak to Dr. Kelm? He asked. Zixthera nodded and activated the visual communication. Dr. Kelm appeared on the screen, a tall Xerion with the traditional blue skin and large black eyes of his species. You must be one of the humans. Kelm said, I understand you claim to have a weaponized immune system. I wouldn't call it weaponized, Park said. It's just thorough. Can you tell me about your immune system? Certainly. When a harmful organism enters our body, our immune cells release calming chemicals. These chemicals convince the organism to move to a less harmful location or enter a dormant state. If necessary, we can use medicines to help escort the organism out of our body. What if it doesn't want to leave? Park asked. Most organisms are reasonable. They don't want to harm us, so they usually cooperate when we ask nicely. Park looked confused. What about organisms that want to hurt you? What about cancer? Cancer is very rare. When it happens, we use gentle treatments that encourage the cancer cells to return to normal behavior. How often does that work? Park asked. Dr. Kelm looked uncomfortable. With early treatment, perhaps 60% of the time. Park was quiet for a moment. Doctor, our immune system prevents cancer by killing any cell that starts behaving abnormally. Cancer is almost never a problem for us. But the autoimmune damage must be severe, Kelm said. What autoimmune damage? Park asked. From your immune system attacking your own body. It only attacks damaged parts. The rest of our body stays healthy. Actually, the constant immune activity makes us stronger. Our immune system kills weaker old cells and helps new strong cells grow in their place. Dr. Kelm stared at the screen in silence. Finally, he spoke. Dr. Zixthera, I'm sending a full medical research team to your station. If these humans really have functional aggressive immune systems, it could change everything we know about biology. After the communication ended, Zixthera sat quietly in her office. She was beginning to understand that humans were not sick. They were something entirely different. Their bodies were perfectly designed for biological warfare, but somehow they had learned to live peacefully with their own internal weapons. She wondered what other surprises human biology might hold. 3 days after the humans arrived, Dr. Zixathara could hardly believe what she was seeing. Captain Chen was completely healed. The deep cuts on her arms had closed without leaving scars. Engineer Rodriguez was using his previously broken arm, normally lifting heavy equipment to help repair their ship. Dr. Park was working in the medical bay helping Zixathara understand human medicine. "This is impossible," Fresh said, looking at Rodriguez's arm scans. "The bones are stronger now than they were before the break." "That's normal for us," Rodriguez explained. "When a bone breaks, our body rebuilds it thicker and stronger. Same thing happens with muscles when we exercise hard. Our bodies think, this broke once, so let's make it stronger, so it won't break again." Dr. Park was showing Zixathara microscopic videos from his own blood. "Watch this," he said. "I'm going to introduce a small amount of harmful bacteria." On the screen, Zixathara watched Dr. Park's white blood cells spring into action. They moved toward the bacteria like hunters tracking prey. When they found the bacteria, some white cells ate them whole. Others released chemical weapons that dissolved the bacteria completely. "How long did that take?" Zixathara asked. "About 15 minutes, Park said. "My immune system recognized this particular bacteria from a previous infection. The response was very fast." 15 minutes, Vresh repeated. "Our fastest medicines take 6 hours to work." "Your medicines work differently," Park explained. "They convince the bacteria to leave peacefully. Our immune system just kills them. It's faster but more violent." Captain Chen joined them in the medical bay. She was reading reports on a portable computer. "Dr. Zixathara, I've been learning about galactic medicine. Is it true that most species can't survive major injuries without immediate medical help?" "Yes," Zixathara said. "Severe bleeding, broken bones, or organ damage usually requires emergency treatment within the first hour." "But you were unconscious for almost 2 hours," Chen said to Dr. Park, "and you were fine." "Human bodies are built to survive damage," Park said. "Our blood clots quickly to stop bleeding. Our bones are strong and heal fast. Our brains can handle temporary trauma without permanent damage." Dr. Zixathara had been studying human medical records that Dr. Park had shared with her. According to these files, humans regularly survive injuries that would kill most species. Broken bones, severe cuts, even damage to internal organs. "We're pretty tough," Rodriguez said proudly. "My grandfather fell off a building when he was young, broke his back, several ribs, and his left leg. He not only survived, he went back to construction work 6 months later." 6 months? Fresh asked in shock. "That kind of injury would leave most species permanently disabled if they survived at all." Dr. Park pulled up more medical files. "Dr. Zixathara, can you tell me about disease resistance in other species?" "Most species are vulnerable to new pathogens," Zixathara explained. "When we encounter a disease we've never seen before, it can be very dangerous. We rely on quarantine and careful treatment to survive new illnesses." "What about diseases from other worlds?" Park asked. "Cross-species infection is one of our biggest fears," Zixathara said. "When different species meet for the first time, they often exchange diseases that can be deadly. That's why we have such strict medical protocols for first contact." Captain Chen looked concerned. "Should we be worried about infecting you with human diseases?" "We've been monitoring for that," Zixathara said. "So far, human pathogens don't seem to affect other species, but we should be more worried about you catching something from us." Dr. Park laughed. "Actually, I don't think that's likely." "Why not?" Zixathara asked. "Watch this," Park said. Took a sample of bacteria from a Kelthani culture that Vresh had been growing for research. The bacteria was harmless to Kelthani, but had never been exposed to humans before. Park introduced the alien bacteria to a sample of his own blood. On the screen, they watched human white blood cells immediately attack the foreign organisms. Within minutes, all the bacteria were dead. "Your immune system had never seen that bacteria before," Zixathara said. "How did it know to kill it?" Human immune systems are paranoid, Park explained. If they don't recognize something, they assume it's dangerous and kill it first. Then they study the dead pieces to learn how to kill it faster next time. That's terrifying, Vresh whispered. Dr. Zixathera was beginning to understand something important. Dr. Park, are you saying that humans are naturally immune to most alien diseases? Probably, Park said. Our immune systems are designed to kill anything they don't recognize. Unless an alien disease is very clever or very strong, our immune system will destroy it before it can make us sick. But what about beneficial organisms? Zixthara asked. Don't you need symbiotic bacteria for digestion and other functions? We do, Park said. But our immune systems learn to recognize helpful bacteria when we're very young. Once they're marked as friends, we protect them, but they have to stay in the right places. If gut bacteria gets into our bloodstream, our immune system kills it immediately. Captain Chen had been reading more galactic medical files. Dr. Zixthera, these records show that most species die from what you call minor infections. Things like small cuts getting infected, or breathing the wrong bacteria. Yes, Zixathera said. We have to be very careful about cleanliness and sterile environments. We don't, Rodriguez said. Human children play in dirt, eat food that falls on the ground, get cuts and scrapes all the time. It makes our immune system stronger. Dr. Zixathera felt dizzy. You mean humans deliberately expose themselves to pathogens? Not deliberately, but we don't worry about it, Park said. A little dirt and bacteria actually helps train our immune systems. Children who grow up too clean sometimes have weaker immunity. This explains so much, Zixthera said quietly. Humans don't just survive in dirty environments. You actually get stronger from them. Dr. Park nodded. Our planet was pretty hostile. Lots of diseases, dangerous animals, poisonous plants. Only the toughest humans survived long enough to have children. After millions of years, we evolved immune systems that could handle almost anything. And now you're traveling through space, meeting new species, being exposed to new pathogens, Zixthera said. Right. But instead of getting sick, we're probably just collecting new immunity. Every alien bacteria we encounter makes our immune system smarter and stronger. Dr. Zixathera realized that humans were not just tough. They were biological collectors, gathering immunity from every world they visited. Their immune systems were like libraries of death, cataloging every possible enemy and learning how to destroy them. The humans had not just survived their harsh world. They had become living weapons against disease itself. And now, they were traveling through the galaxy, potentially immune to everything they might encounter. She wondered if the galaxy was ready for such a resilient species. More importantly, she wondered what would happen when other species learned what human immune systems could do. 1 week after the humans arrived, Dr. Zixathera's worst fear came true. The medical station's pathogen containment system detected an unknown organism spreading through the air filtration system. Within hours, alien crew members began falling sick. The disease hit the Kelthani first. Fresh collapsed in the medical bay, his long neck trembling as fever burned through his body. His large eyes were unfocused and his breathing became difficult. Dr. Zixthara tried standard treatments, but nothing worked. What are his symptoms? Dr. Park asked, helping Zixthara move Vresh to a treatment bed. High fever, respiratory distress, cellular breakdown, Zixthara said, checking her medical scanner. His immune system is trying to negotiate with the pathogen, but it's not responding to any communication. Next, the Droon engineers began showing symptoms. Their thick gray skin turned pale and their strong hands began shaking. Then the Xerian command staff became ill. Even Dr. Zixathera began feeling weak and dizzy. Doctor, Captain Chen said, entering the medical bay, Rodriguez and I found the source of the infection. It's coming from our damaged ship. Dr. Park was taking blood samples from the sick aliens. Something from Earth must have survived in our ship's systems. When we docked with the station, it got into your air supply. Can you identify what it is? Zixthera asked weakly. Her crystal carapace was losing its shine as the disease affected her system. Park looked at the blood samples under a microscope. It's a virus, similar to what we call influenza on Earth. For humans, this would just be a bad cold. A cold? Zixthera whispered. This is killing us, I know, Park said seriously. Your immune systems don't know how to fight it. They're trying to negotiate with a virus that doesn't understand communication. By the second day, half the station's crew was critically ill. 3 Kelthani had already died, their peaceful immune systems completely helpless against the aggressive Earth virus. Dr. Zixathara could barely stand, but she kept working with Park to find a solution. Standard antiviral medicines aren't working, she said. The virus adapts too quickly. Meanwhile, the 3 humans showed no symptoms at all. They continued working, helping care for the sick aliens and trying to find a cure. How are you not affected? Zixathara asked Dr. Park. This virus came from your own ship. Our immune systems killed it as soon as we were exposed, Park explained. We probably have antibodies against this specific strain from previous infections. Antibodies, Zixathara repeated. The weapons your immune system creates. Exactly. Each antibody is designed to kill one specific target. We have millions of different ones. Dr. Zixathara had a desperate idea. Could we use your antibodies to treat our people? Park looked thoughtful. Maybe, but it would be very dangerous. Human antibodies are designed to kill aggressively. They might attack your healthy cells too. We're dying anyway, Zixathara said, and we're running out of time. Park spoke quickly with Captain Chen and Engineer Rodriguez. They agreed to try the experimental treatment, but only on volunteers who were already close to death. The first test subject was a young Kelthani named Thurks, who had stopped breathing on his own. Park extracted antibodies from his own blood and carefully diluted them. This is going to be like introducing wolves to hunt rabbits in your body, he warned. The wolves might kill the rabbits, but they might kill other things too. They injected a tiny amount of human antibodies into Thurks's bloodstream. On the medical scanner, Zixathara watched in amazement as the human antibodies immediately attacked the virus. They moved through Thurks's blood like guided missiles, finding and destroying every virus particle they encountered. Within 2 hours, Thurks's fever broke. His breathing improved. The virus was completely gone from his system. It worked, Zixathara said in amazement. The human antibodies killed the virus without harming Thurks, but they had to be very careful. The human antibodies were temporary visitors in alien bodies. They did their job and then died quickly, since they couldn't survive long in non-human blood. Over the next day, Park and his crew worked constantly to produce antibody treatments for the sick aliens. They took turns giving blood samples and extracting antibodies. It was exhausting work, but it saved lives. How do you produce so many antibodies so quickly? Zixathara asked as she watched Park prepare another treatment. Our immune systems work fast, Park said. When we know what we're fighting, we can mass-produce the right weapons in hours. This is incredible, Zixathara said. You're manufacturing biological weapons inside your own bodies on demand. Captain Chen overheard the conversation. When you put it that way, it sounds scary. But to us, it's just staying healthy. By the 3rd day, all the surviving aliens had been treated with human antibodies. The virus was completely eliminated from the station. The alien crew members were weak but recovering. Dr. Zixathara sat in her office, writing her report to the Galactic Medical Council. Dr. Kelm, she said into the communication device, the humans have saved us all. How? Came Kelm's voice. They turned their immune systems into antibody factories. They produced targeted biological weapons against the virus and shared them with us. That's impossible. No species can manufacture specific treatments that quickly. The humans can. Their bodies are walking pharmaceutical laboratories. They don't just fight diseases, they create custom weapons against any pathogen they encounter. There was a long silence. Finally, Dr. Kelm spoke. Dr. Zixathara, I'm declaring this a galactic medical emergency. We need to understand human immune systems immediately. Why? Zixathara asked. Because if humans can cure diseases this quickly, they might be the key to saving the entire galaxy. There are diseases out there that have killed entire worlds. If human immune systems can beat anything, Zixathara understood. The humans were not just tough survivors. They were potential saviors. Their aggressive immune systems could be the galaxy's weapon against any pathogen, any plague, any biological threat. But she also realized something else. If humans could create biological weapons this easily, they were also potentially the most dangerous species in the galaxy. Their immune systems were proof that humans had evolved to win biological wars. The question was, would they use their power to help the galaxy, or would the galaxy need protection from them? 6 months after the first human contact, Medical Station Kepler 442 had become the most important research facility in the galaxy. Dr. Zixthara walked through corridors filled with scientists from dozens of species, all trying to understand the miracle of human immunity. The Human Galactic Medical Research Institute occupied 3 entire levels of the station. Dr. Park had become the co-director, working alongside Zixthara to train alien doctors in human medical techniques. The key is controlled aggression, Park explained to a group of Velthari medical students. Human immune systems don't just kill randomly. They're very precise weapons. The students watched in fascination as Park demonstrated with microscopic video. Human white blood cells move through a blood sample, ignoring healthy cells but immediately attacking anything that looked wrong or foreign. See how they test each cell first? Park said. They check for identification markers. If a cell has the right markers, they leave it alone. If not, they destroy it. One student, a young Velthari named Zinth, raised her crystalline arm. But how do they know what markers to look for? Training, Park said. From the moment humans are born, our immune systems learn to recognize what belongs in our bodies and what doesn't. It's like teaching an army to recognize friends from enemies. Dr. Zixthara entered the classroom carrying the latest reports from across the galaxy. Dr. Park, we have 14 more requests for human medical consultation. The Andromedans are dealing with a plague that's killed millions. The Taucedians have a cancer outbreak that their medicines can't stop. Park nodded grimly. How many humans are available for deployment? 43 volunteers from Earth plus the original crew from Captain Chen's ship. But we're getting reports that human immunity might be even more valuable than we thought. The news had spread quickly through galactic civilization. Humans were immune to almost every known disease. More importantly, they could rapidly develop immunity to new diseases and share that immunity with other species through antibody treatments. Captain Chen entered the classroom, still wearing her ship captain's uniform but now serving as the human diplomatic liaison. Dr. Zixthara, I have the latest report from the Kepler system. The bacterial infection that was killing the hexapod colonies has been completely eliminated. How long did it take? Zixthara asked. 3 human medics working for 2 weeks. They developed antibodies against 17 different bacterial strains and manufactured enough treatment for 6 million hexapods. The alien students murmured in amazement. Most galactic diseases took months or years to treat if they could be treated at all. But there's something else, Chen continued. The humans working in the field are reporting that their immune systems are getting stronger. Every new disease they encounter makes them more powerful. Dr. Park looked concerned. That's what I was afraid of. Human immune systems don't just fight diseases. They collect them. What do you mean? Synth asked. Every pathogen we defeat becomes part of our immunological memory, Park explained. We keep a genetic record of every enemy we've ever fought. Each new disease we encounter makes us harder to kill. Dr. Zixthara realized the implications. So the more diseases humans are exposed to, the more immune they become. Exactly. And we're now being exposed to diseases from across the galaxy. Human immune systems are becoming repositories of immunity against every pathogen in known space. Engineer Rodriguez joined the group, looking excited. You should see what's happening on Earth. The medical researchers there are calling it the Great Immunological Revolution. They're documenting thousands of new immunities that humans are developing from galactic exposure. Is that dangerous? Chen asked. Not to humans, Park said. But it means we're becoming walking libraries of biological warfare techniques. Our immune systems now know how to kill diseases that most species have never even encountered. Dr. Zixthara had been thinking about this for weeks. There's something we need to discuss. Human immune systems are becoming too powerful. The room fell quiet. Park nodded slowly. You're worried that we're becoming a biological weapon. Not intentionally, Zixthara said carefully. But yes, human immune systems could theoretically destroy any biological system in the galaxy. You're becoming immune to everything while carrying the ability to kill everything. Captain Chen sat down heavily. So the galaxy sees us as a threat. Some species do, Zixthara admitted. The Rigel Confederation has voted to limit human travel in their space. They're afraid that human immune systems might accidentally create super pathogens. That's not how it works, Park protested. We don't create diseases. We just kill them. But your immune systems are so aggressive that they might force diseases to evolve faster, Zixthera explained. A pathogen that encounters human immunity might mutate into something even more dangerous to escape. Dr. Park was quiet for a moment.
She's right.
Our immune systems are evolutionary pressure cookers. Any disease that survives contact with humans would have to be incredibly dangerous. So what do? Rodriguez asked. Dr. Zixithara had been working on this problem for months. We create protocols. Humans who work in galactic medicine go through careful decontamination procedures. We monitor for new mutations, and we establish human medical reserves on isolated stations. Quarantine planets? Chen asked. Not exactly. More like immune system storage facilities. Places where humans can safely develop immunity to new diseases without risking the wider galaxy. Park nodded. It makes sense. We become the galaxy's immune system specialists, but we work in controlled environments. There's one more thing, Zixthera said. The Galactic Medical Council wants to offer humans full membership in galactic civilization, but there's a condition. What condition? Chen asked. Humans must promise to use their immune systems only for healing, never as weapons. The humans looked at each other. Park spoke first. Our immune systems weren't designed as weapons. They were designed to keep us alive. But they could be weapons, Rodriguez said quietly, if we wanted them to be. That's exactly why the galaxy is nervous, Zixthera said. Human immune systems represent the most powerful biological defense system ever discovered. In the wrong hands, they could be turned into the most powerful biological weapons ever created. Captain Chen stood up. Then we'll have to prove that humans can be trusted with this power. How? Synth asked. By continuing to save lives, Chen said. By showing the galaxy that humans use their strength to protect others, not to hurt them. Dr. Park smiled. Just like our immune systems do. They're designed to protect, not to attack for no reason. Dr. Zixithera felt a wave of relief. So humans will accept the conditions? We will, Chen said. But with one addition. We want to train other species to develop stronger immune systems, not as aggressive as ours, but stronger than what they have now. Is that possible? Zixthera asked. Maybe, Park said. If we can understand how immunity works at the deepest level, we might be able to help other species develop better defenses without the risks of full human-style immunity. 6 months later, Dr. Zixithera stood in the observation deck of the research station, watching human and alien medical teams work together in the laboratories below. The galaxy was safer now, protected by human immunity, but guided by galactic wisdom. The humans had kept their promise. They used their biological weapons only for healing. But Zixithera knew that the galaxy would never be the same. The species that had evolved, biological warfare within their own bodies, had proven that sometimes the most dangerous weapons could also be the most protective. As she watched Dr. Park teaching a group of young alien doctors how to recognize immune system dysfunction, she realized that humans had given the galaxy something precious. Hope. Hope that no disease was too strong. No plague too devastating, no biological threat too dangerous. The galaxy had learned to live with its most dangerous protectors. And perhaps in time the galaxy might learn to become a little more dangerous itself.